hovering up here, just below the tops of the trees, and it was about 25 feet in diameter.
I received a call at my home asking me to come to the Sheraton Hotel in Scottsdale and not to tell anybody where I was going, period. Well, naturally, I told my wife. When I completed my examinations after reading my charts, I rendered the opinion he was attempting to perpetrate a UFO hoax.
Travis Walton was given another test sometime later, which he did pass.
We have looked at approximately 1,100 purported motion pictures and pictures of UFOs. Of those, we found 46 that represent structured objects. That's about 4% being bona fide, the rest falling into the category, or 96%, of misinterpretations and definitely hoaxes.
Frequently when we're talking about UFO cases, the skeptics, which I count myself one, have been challenged to disprove cases. That's a reversal of the scientific method, of the burden of proof. It's not up to a skeptic to prove what a UFO case must have been. It's up to the proponent of the supernormality of this case, or the extraordinary nature of it, to prove beyond a shadow of doubt that it could not have been anything else that we know of. And that is very hard to do, and justly so.
In the late 50s, a detailed report from Cincinnati referred to a glowing orb in the sky. The report was accompanied by a film. After photo analysis by Air Force experts, the final report was eventually submitted. We cannot comment on any probable motives on the part of the observer in submitting a film of what appears to be a picture of the moon over 4 months after the incident took place. Persinger believes that in areas close to geologic faults, the stress in the rocks can produce hot ionized gases, seen as balls of light. Because of their electrical charges, the lights tend to move erratically around the landscape.
If we look at the UFO-type reports that were published in scientific journals in the 1800s, you find an increase in luminous balls of light being seen, and then an increase in earthquake activity in the following years.
These ideas are controversial, to say the least, but there is one area of research that tends to support them. At the U.S. Bureau of Mines in Denver, Colorado, they're about to squeeze a lump of granite. They're not sparks, but balls of plasma, according to Dr. Brian Brady of the U.S. Bureau of Mines. He believes they consist of hot ionized gas and are sustained by the radio frequency emissions from the breaking rock. Each ball of light is minute and lasts for a fraction of a second. Brady believes that in a geologic fault, the RF, or radio frequency, would sustain a much larger display.
The pity is that there could indeed be something extraordinary masquerading behind UFO reports. Now, when I say extraordinary, I mean something perhaps of genuine interest to science, such as these earthquake lights or ball lightning or perhaps some kind of insect manifestations. I'd like to see better research and better standards to see if there is indeed a residue inside these sightings. I cannot prove that there is not. All we're saying as skeptics is that the theories of extraordinary phenomena are not themselves proved.
Before we can begin to explain the few incidents that remain truly unidentified, we need to better understand the nature of the scientific process and the needs of the human mind. It is only then that we will be able to discover whether the key to UFOs lies high above in the heavens or right here on our own mysterious planet, Earth.
Did you happen to notice, and this is the important thing, another bright light, a second one similar to this, in the same part of the sky? Okay, well, I'm afraid what I think you've got there is a sighting of the planet Venus.